Drama is having fun. Drama is expressing yourself. Drama is using your imagination. And drama is also doing it with life. Drama to me was coming to third period with my friends and warming up together. I remember doing it the first day. It was really awkward, but it all has to do with being open to your teammates and learning the extras of the drama actors have to go to. I remember Daniel messing around and scooping Shazib and everything, and calling Reddick a dark neck, and then Ahmed making jokes. And we were good actors, we were good workers because we were so close to each other, which is something that is important as a cast or a crew that works on a movie or a play. Drama to me was analyzing how a character is and how their personality is, what they do in their day, and acting as if I was them. I had to replay their life and embody them, essentially. And yeah.
Yeah.
Mime. Mime is a form of visual movement. It's all about exaggerating every single movement you have. It's all about showing the audience exactly what you're doing, whether it comes to hand movements, body movements, leg movement, or most importantly, facial expressions. An example of mime is a bottle. A bottle is round, it's rigid, I can't squeeze it, I have to keep it still. I can't move it up or down, otherwise water will come out. I can't move it up or down, water's gonna come out. It's all about keeping it still and keeping it consistent. My hand cannot be smaller. That does not make sense for the cup. Mastering this is really important to drama because this will help the audience know what exactly it is that you are doing. Oh, didn't see you there. Shoebox presentations is all about the students sharing what 3 pieces of their life to the rest of the class. Whether that's something that molded them as a child, something about their loved one, something that expressed what they do now, like something a day thing that they do. It was all about expressing. For an example, was my close friend named Shazib. He brought 3 pieces that all involved him and showing how he evolved into becoming a hard worker and became more social. For example, he brought his dance jacket and he talked about how he was in his shell and the whole audition for dance was just a joke, but this dance audition ended up helping him become social, and it helped him talk to more people that weren't just his friends, and this allows not only me but random strangers to know, like, okay, this is what Shazib is like as a person. He likes to go out. This is the type of role that he would fit, and the main reason is awkwardness. We are a group of people who are coming together, acting and making intimate scenes, sad scenes. We have to know what each other are like, and it can't be awkward. And that was the whole point of Shoebox presentation. Now for the mime performance. The mime performance, I showed you guys that I opened my trunk by doing a rigid movement. I showed that I took my key out of the trunk and not open from anywhere. Cars are normally locked. I showed that I was walking around the car to show location and positioning. I opened the door. I didn't just get in the car because car doors are locked. And that's just some things for the mime performance. Those things are some strategies you should use. Positioning are some strategies. The rigid movements, the and the movements, the motion I did, the sequence. I didn't turn on the AC, or I didn't move the gearing before I pressed brake. And so some things I could have fixed probably are my hand movements. My hand is moving up and down a little bit. Steering wheels don't move up and down. My parking brake was too close to me. It's a little bit farther. My seatbelt could have went in a little bit more rigidly. And I could have just spent more time on the steering wheel movement. I kind of made the steering wheel a big radius, and I made it smaller, and I made it bigger again. It's all about keeping everything the exact same, and that's just some tips for the me and my performance. Along with the me and my performance, the class also had to do a group mind performance consisting of 3 to 4 people. So let's ask the first question. What option did your group choose and why? So why did you choose Cinderella?
We chose Cinderella because it was like a story that everyone knew, so we felt like it would be simpler to kind of sum it down.
Yeah, with having 2 girls and 2 guys, I just felt like Cinderella is a really just a good story. Everyone knows Cinderella. It's just it's weird if you don't know Cinderella. Yeah. So the second question is, what was the conflict and resolution? So do you want to answer what you think the conflict and resolution was?
Yeah, well, the conflict was that Cinderella wanted to go to the ball, but her evil stepmother didn't allow her to, and then because of that, her fairy godmother came and she kind of like got her ready and stuff, and then told her to come back by 12. But while she was over there dancing with the prince, she lost her shoe, and then so she only had one shoe. And then when the prince came to the house, the next day, he was looking for the girl who shoe matched, and then she realized that's my shoe.
So yeah,
and after.
It's differently interpreted. So for me, it was basically good emotions, positive feelings, positive acting will get you good things. Like how Cinderella, in the end, dated the prince and they got married, while the ugly stepsisters and the stepmother stayed in their little house. Okay, third question. How did you use your bodies to represent each? So I had to play the ugly stepsister, right? And Tanu and my group members pointed out oh, this stepsister doesn't really know what she's doing. She's more doing it because she just wants that money. She wants that prince, right? So I had to mess up all my curtsies on purpose. I had to trip over my heels. I had to twirl and move around like how someone who thought they were pretty would do. So what did you have to do for yours?
Well, since I played both the evil stepmother and the fairy godmother, when I was playing the evil stepmother, I had to be extra sassy and boss her around and always try to fix since he was this ugly stepsister, I always had to fix him and make sure he was proper or whatever when the prince was coming around. And then when I was the fairy godmother, I had to be all skippy and happy and getting her ready and oh my god, you're so gorgeous, just stuff like that.
So final part is, what was the planning process like when working with the group members? Honestly, I mean, you could call it cohesion and working together, but I think we all just kind of agreed on Cinderella. It clicked for us. We all knew the story almost perfectly, and yeah, and that's what consisted of the group mind performance.
Thanks.
All right. In my first term of drama, I learned a lot, and going to my second term, I'm learning even more. Drama to me was honestly having fun. I went into this class really skeptical and really worried, can I perform? Can I do this? But some of the activities that we did in class were just really helpful to me coming out of my shell. Some things were warm-ups and doing these really weird warm-ups where you're screaming and you're stretching and you're saying weird names and weird words. And you feel like you're working with your fellow classmates and you don't feel out of place. Something with the classmates though was we had to do trusting exercises, such as trust fall. Ryan. See, he caught me, and that's a really important thing about drama. And yeah, that's it.